Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Chicago, Illinois. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. It is a beautiful day out there. Everyone listening in podcast land, hopefully you're having a great run right now. I just got back in from my midweek long-ish run, and weather was really nice. It got a little bit windy at some points, but to be expected for this time of year in Chicago. And overall, though, just absolutely loving it. Had some sunglasses on, a nice, easy aerobic run. Just feeling good and enjoying the weather out there. It was a little bit chilly, though. Temps were in the 30s, I think, for maybe the first or maybe the second time this season. So it's starting to get a little bit cooler out there. All the other parents and the kids are busting out all the winter coats and gloves and stuff like that for kid drop-off. So certainly hitting that change of seasons. Hopefully you guys are having a good run out there today. Everyone listening on the or watching on YouTube after the fact, hopefully, I just got distracted there for a moment because I just realized that I forgot my afternoon coffee. But I hope that everyone watching on YouTube after the fact, you've got your afternoon coffee or you've got your recovered beverage that you can enjoy. I think I'll survive without afternoon coffee today. Or at least without it for the live stream. I'll get some later. For sure. All right, let's see who we got here in the chat for today. We've got Philip Bourne saying, yo, what's going on? Listening from the run. Awesome. He says, the non-elite long sleeve, keeping them warm in the freezing 7 degrees Celsius, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd say that's a good temperature for it. That's a really nice temperature for it. We were a little bit chillier today. I had a t-shirt and then that Kalenji quarter zip. It's kind of got like microfleece line on the inside. I had that. That was probably good for when it got real windy. But I was definitely like a little bit sweaty by the time I got home. So maybe a little bit too much. But for 44 degrees, that long sleeve is nice. You know what? Here's an admission, guys. I think I lost my non-elite long sleeve. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I've been looking all over for it. I'm hoping it's at Grandma's house somewhere. Like maybe I forgot it there. That's the last time I remember having it. I was looking for it Chicago Marathon weekend. I couldn't find it. I thought maybe just it fell behind something somewhere or whatever, but I still haven't been able to find it. I have 2 more brand new ones, though. One in my size, a medium, and an extra small. I was going to give them to my family this weekend, but I'm like, I kind of need that medium. I might have to hold on to that. But they're not making anymore. They're out. So it's like once they're gone, they're gone. So though I've got a dilemma here. It's like a moral hazard. Do I keep the one for myself or give them to my family like I had planned? I'm not sure. And I'm going like this weekend to see my family, so I don't know. I'm jealous of you, Philip. I still have my short sleeve, which is great, but that long sleeve would be really handy right now. Pete G19A says, hi, Kofuzi, happy hump day. Eating a cupcake as it's a rest day. Oh, yeah. You know what I was thinking about doing today? I was thinking about just eating Halloween candy the entire live stream because I just got back from that run and I'm hungry. I did just eat some tacos, but I was like, this would be a good day to eat a bunch of Halloween candy. But usually right after the live stream, I go up to pick up the kids, and the only candy that they left for me to eat is the stuff with peanuts and stuff in it. So I don't want to eat like a bunch of peanut stuff and then go pick up the kids. So I think I'll just bring it all with me for my trip this weekend to New York and just eat it on the airplane. I don't want to eat peanut stuff on an airplane, but I'll eat it like while traveling. I'm just going to subsist on candy, bagels, and pizza, and some Korean food. Like that's the plan for the weekend. Jeff L. says hello. JC says hello, fellow Kofuzians. Mochi Anaki says hello. Vincent Viner says co and friends. And Daniel says it's raining in Austin. I've been thinking a lot about Austin. Lester Holt was just there for Nightline. Is that the show he does? Nightline? Dateline? I can't remember. Whatever show Lester Holt does. I usually catch the replay on YouTube. But he was just down there. And also, I was just thinking about TRE, the running event coming up in a little bit. So Austin's been on the mind. Hopefully that's rain that you guys need. All right. Jeff says it's 51 degrees Fahrenheit there and breezy. He just walked 2 miles with the dog and his hands are frozen. Cold is cold. Relative cold is relative cold. So if it's cold for you, that's cold. And, it was only like 30s today. And I did have my I had some running gloves on. I had the Kalenji running gloves on. They're the thinnest ones that I own. And my hands were so cold by the time I got home from dropping off the kids. And that's probably about 1.5 miles round trip, maybe a little bit more than 1.5 miles round trip walking. So, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Jason Dahl says, hello all. What's going on, Jason? Fit Enough Life says, hello, everyone. Mochi says, it's freezing there in Ireland. Ooh. I feel like when people say it's freezing in Ireland, I mean, I've never been. I would love to go. But I feel like if someone says it's cold in Ireland, I just envision like a wet, damp, like the moors, right? Like those just like swamps and fells and just like cold, bitter sea winds. That's what I see in my mind. I don't know if that's in any way accurate or not, but I don't know. Just for me, like wet, cold is the worst combo. Donovan Lassard says, Kofuzi, enjoyed the RC Elite 2 versus the Adios Pro 2. How about Metaspeed Sky versus the Adios Pro 2? What do you like better for Super Shoe? I've already done the Metaspeed Sky versus the Pro 1 video. And thanks for watching the RC Elite 2 and the Adios Pro 2 video. It took a lot of work. And I had to do like a couple of voiceover like retakes that I found at the last minute. I was like ready to publish it, and I had like even rendered the video, and then I was reviewing it one last time. And then I had to redo some voiceover stuff, and then I noticed there was something that I meant to add and I forgot to add, so then I re-rendered it again, and it just took forever. But so not that video was more ambitious necessarily. It's just there was just a lot of work for me in the back end. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But as far as the Metaspeed Sky and the Adios Pro 2, I don't know that I'll do that video before CIM. So I did Chicago Marathon in the Metaspeed Sky, and then I'll do the Adios Pro 2. At least that's what I'm still thinking. I mean, the RC Elite 2 would be the only one that could dethrone it for CIM. So, like, I've already made a pick. I picked the Adios Pro 2 over the RC Elite 2 for the video, but I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how things go like in the next month. Opinions can change, but the current plan, and the plan has been to run the Adios Pro 2 for CIM. So then I think maybe then I'll do it. My current Metaspeed Skies are at like 95 miles. So I'm thinking like I'll do one more workout in them, and they'll do the 100-mile review. And then I think ASICS is going to send me the new colorway, the like Sunburst or something it's called. So I'll have a fresh pair for later. So I think maybe I'll wait till I get that fresh pair, put some miles in it, and kind of get them to somewhat equivalent mileages before I do that. If I do that video. But I think that like I might just do the comparison off of the two marathons. I think that it's going to be close but again, like the RC Elite 2 video, they're different sensations. There's just like that bounciness in the Adios Pro 2. There's not a lot of other shoes that are like that. Only one is like Primex, right? So it's like it's a very unique feeling, and there's something about it that's kind of like alluring. I'm always kind of drawn to it. But the Metaspeed Sky treated me so well for the Chicago Marathon. Even when I felt like I was kind of falling apart a little bit, or things were about to really fall apart, my feet felt great, so it's like maybe a different shoe, and my muscles would have felt a little differently. So who knows about that? But like in terms of feeling like a lightweight, nimble shoe that could also handle the marathon distance, the Metaspeed Sky really did it for me. So it'll be, I don't think I'll run it again just because I want to give a different shoe a try for a marathon race. But those are going to be my two, probably going to be my top two, with the RC Elite like probably third for my top 5 racers of the year. And JC said, I just noticed today's video, and he's eager to watch. He's just purchased the RC Elite 2 and no runs in them yet. It's a really good shoe, and it's one of those where, I made a decision because I remember when I did the Nova Blast 1 versus the Peg 37, like I didn't pick a clear winner for that one, and people got mad. And I'm like, you're right. You guys are right. If I'm doing a versus video, I have to pick a winner. But this is one where I'm like, I don't really want to pick a winner because they're both really good in such different ways. But I do really like the RC Elite 2. But there's a part of me that feels like maybe it's underrated in a sense, because I took it for that 20-mile run with Kara, the Chicago Area Runners Association, And that 20 miler, I ran with the 8 minute per mile group. We were running a little bit high. I think we were running like 750s most of the time. And then I picked it up at the end for like a fast 5K or maybe maybe 8K. So like the last 5 miles, I think. No, I think it was more like 5K. I picked it up a little bit. But like through all those paces, it felt great. And I feel like the RC Elite probably feels the best at like easy pace of all the other marathon shoes. So I feel like it has an incredible amount of range. So I don't know. Maybe I do need to think a little bit more about it, but it's a really good marathon shoe too. I really like it. Jason Dahl says he's breaking out the running pants for the first time since winter. I ran in full tights today. That was the first time since last winter, I think. Ray's getting the Rebel version 2 tomorrow. It's a good one. I wish I loved it as much as everyone else seems to, but it's just, I would love it if it had just a little bit more stack height. That's my only undertake. Joshua Kress says, yo, what's going on? Listening to the live stream on his way to Chicago and excited to explore the city. Well, that's so cool. Awesome. Hope you have a good time. It should warm up. This weekend's supposed to be nice. Right now it's cold, but I think starting tomorrow we're going to start getting a little bit of a warm up and it'll be like seasonable by the weekend. So hopefully you enjoy. Nathan F wants to know what are predictions for Seth James and more for the New York City Marathon. I don't know. I haven't been following his training that closely. So like I don't know how to comment, and I'm also pretty bad at like predicting stuff like that. But I definitely will have him in the tracker, and I'm going to try to find some spots where I can try to hopefully run alongside him for a little bit and get some footage. So I'm pretty excited about that. Stevie76. Always picking up the weird things that I say. The sensation is alluring. It sure is. Ian Herman says, not sure if you've seen, but the New York Expo is runners only +1. Yeah, I'm aware now. I didn't know that at the time I made my video, but I'm aware of it now. I got to say, like, this week has been crazy. Like, it's one of those weeks where I feel like I'm kind of behind on everything. And like the example with this video today was one thing. I also forgot that I had a dentist appointment today. So like as I was like starting my run, the dentist was calling me and I was like, oh, I totally forgot. And me messing up my calendar is usually only happens when like I'm just a little bit overloaded and I just forget things. I forget things a lot. But usually like my calendar and my technology can kind of like help wrangle me. But when I overdo it, even the technology can't save me. And so like I think a lot of it is I'm trying to get ready for, going away for several days. But also like it's kind of a tough time at home to leave, with the kids have school off from Friday. So my wife's going to have to deal with that while she's working. So it's not ideal situation. And then the children's vaccine just got approved, so we're trying to like get an appointment at our pediatrician's office. But it's like, I know like a lot of the nation is like, only like 1/3 of parents are going to get their kids vaccinated right away. 100% of that 1/3 lives in my area and goes to the same doctor's office. So like, it's it's not Hunger Games for everyone else, which is what the head of the public health said here in Chicago. But like in my area, it kind of is. So like we're trying to figure that out and get it sorted. And the kids have new dentists. So there's just all sorts of other stuff going on at home. So I'm figuring out stuff about that, like the New York Expo that I should have figured out a long time ago. I'm also realizing, because people have pointed it out to me, that some of the route that we picked for the shakeout run is likely to be closed off because of the New York City Marathon, which I should have realized, but did not bother to cross-check on that. I only cross-checked it against the 5K. So I don't know. I got some things to do, but hopefully I'll catch up in the next like day or so because I'm traveling tomorrow. Leo says, Kofuzi, the CIM training seems to be going super well. I'm happy with it. I'm trying to resist the urge to do a whole bunch of terribly crazy things and like, change up the workouts a lot. But I think I'm going to keep the threshold workouts kind of where they are. I did the 8 minutes times 5, 2 times now, like 2 weeks in a row. That's a really hard workout. I don't know that I need to really change it. I think I'm getting everything that I need to out of that. My other quality session for the week will be long run. Last week was a long run with a 10-mile marathon block. This week I think I'm going to do more of a progression run. We'll have to see how things go. I think it's going to be somewhat hilly where I'm going to be running this weekend, or at least on Friday. So we'll have to kind of like roll with it, I guess, literally. But so I'll be alternating between lots of chunks of marathon pace miles versus just like not quite marathon pace, but much longer stretches too, just to kind of work on some of that endurance. So I'm going to try to not do less, but keep it more straightforward. And I feel like it's, you know, fitness is improving. I feel good about it. So thanks. Giannis here says, hey, everyone's so exhausted today. Trying to start studying for tomorrow's anatomy class. The topic is the skeleton of hand and foot, which is the hardest from the skeleton, in my opinion. Well, that's where all the bones are. Other than, like, I mean, like, where else has more bones in such a small area than, like, the foot, the hand? Nowhere, right? I mean, I don't know. I can't think of another place. All right, Ron Tommy says, how is the rod plate flex in the Adios Pro 2? I have a pair and we'll be trying them on Turkey Trot Day. I like it. It is a stiff shoe that you do feel a little bit of spring from. I like the spring, but I think that how they cut out that portion underneath the arch and also on the other side, on the lateral side, there's like a little window where you could see that little bit of the rods. I think that helps in making the shoe a little bit easier to bend. So like it's still stiff, but easier to bend. So you're getting kind of getting the best of both worlds with it. So you're getting not only a really poppy foam, but you're also getting like, you know, just a lot of carbon bending. So I think for Turkey Trot, they're a lot of fun. I feel like the faster you want to go, the more that shoe wants to give you back. I don't think I'm capable of like maxing out the shoe in terms of like loading that carbon or really laying into the foam, but I really enjoy running it. So that'll be, as long as there's not too many turns. It is a bit of it looks like and feels like a little bit of a tall shoe because it doesn't, I mean, it's a tall stack height and it doesn't really compress. I mean, and if it does, it's very quick. It just, you know, like the response curve is very, I guess, short. Is that the right word? Yeah. All right. Leona says her IT band / knee issue is getting better and starting to run again. Nice. Found a good IT band release video, which helped. Oh, that's very cool. Did you find it by Googling stuff or searching for stuff on YouTube? That's how I always find the stuff. All right, I'm going to scroll down. I'm really far behind on the comments. But Stevie says, Kofuzi is Seth's official marathon crew, supplying his personal water bottles and Martins. You know, I haven't been able to get in touch with him personally. I would do that if it were allowed. But, you know, I think that is against the rules. So I wouldn't want to DQ him. So I can't do that. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, I know people do that all the time. I remember for 2017, my wife had like a couple of bags of pretzels along with her, and she was like holding them out in case I wanted them when she saw me on the course. And I was always like, no, I don't need them. And you know, people do that all the time. They hand stuff to like their family or whatever. But technically, a DQable offense because you're getting outside help. But you know, so I wouldn't want. He's like the only person that I know that would matter for. But you know. I know he kind of put out a search or a request for anyone that's in the area to grab some footage of him if they could. So, you know, I'll do the best that I can. I mean, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be trying to follow the elites, and he's going to be right there. So, it's not like it'll be really convenient for me as well. Frank says it's really hard to gauge his training since he just kept running up mountains for most of his training block. I mean, I feel like that's like the Walmsley approach, right? It's just to do a lot of mountain running. So yeah, I mean, I think that like it's treated him well in the past, but you know, I haven't looked at any of his Strava. I mean, I see him on Strava, and I guess I only noticed the big mountain runs, but you know, I haven't noticed whether or not he's doing like any of that top end speed work. because I think that's like the only thing that I would be a little bit concerned about for someone that's trying to run as fast as he's trying to run for as long as he's trying to run, is that, yeah, he's getting those muscles worked, but is he getting the turnover in? I imagine he is. He knows what he's doing. I mean, is he still talking to Wetmore too? I don't know if he is or not. Nathan S. says, are you flying out to New York to watch the race? Yes, I am. I mean, I'm flying to Newark. I'm spending most of my time in New Jersey with my family, but I'll be hopping over to partake in some festivities for the weekend as well. One event that I did not know about, and I blame Hoka for this one because their website is a little bit confusing. But there's a Hoka events page, and then there's a Hoka pop-up events page. And on the Hoka events page, it doesn't list this event that I was made aware of this morning. So Running Report commented on my New York Marathon weekend schedule video. And it was like, hey, in case you guys are interested, on Friday at the Hoka pop-up, there's going to be these two events. One is a shakeout run with Rachel Snyder, which is super cool. And that's at like 8:30 or something like that. And then at 8. And then at 9:30, Two Black Runners, or Running Report, is going to be doing a live podcast with NAZ Elite. There's going to be Steph Bruce, Kellen Taylor, I'm trying to think, 2 other runners as well. I just looked at it, but I forget who they are. Yeah, so like there's going to be a bunch of people. So like that's going to be, I'm going to be gutting it out on the other side of the Hudson, doing my long run for the day, unfortunately, but that's also going to be, I think that's going to be a pretty cool event. But that was only viewable on the Hoka events pop-up page, which I didn't know existed. So I totally missed that, and I feel bad that I left them out of the video because I love what those guys are doing for the culture. But yeah, I'll be out there. Brenda Logan said, I just referred to your Runner's Knee video, and I'm successfully rehabbing mine. Thank you so much for that video. Awesome. I mean, I'm not a physical therapist, but it seemed to really work for me. And I think for other people whose knee issues are related to, one, a lack of glute activation and a weakness in the stabilizer muscles, like what I was doing, I think, addresses that. And, knock on wood, I've been able to run injury-free by maintaining that regimen. There are times when I'm in high mileage weeks where the knee gets creaky, and I'm like, ooh, yeah. I'm starting to feel kind of like the onset of symptoms. But then just kind of like making sure I'm, super diligent about all the possible things to do, that usually helps take care of it. So I've been feeling great. All right. Yeah, JC says, don't upset the dentist. We have sharp instruments. You know what? And here's the thing. I feel really bad because I've been seeing that dentist for, I guess, as long as she's had that practice. She, I guess, bought the practice from my original dentist that I had, and I've been seeing him for years. He retired and then sold the practice to the current dentist. But I've had the same hygienist for, I don't know, a long time. She's probably the longest I've ever had any one, like, kind of healthcare provider. So, I mean, she's got 2 kids now. I think I remember I met her when she had a baby, just one baby. She's also a runner, too. We talk about running from time to time. I don't think she knows that I have like a running YouTube channel, but we do talk about running because like lately I've been showing up in like running shoes and stuff. But I think for dentists, I think they got hit really hard during the pandemic. And like, this is a woman that she's a younger dentist. She's newly married. They just had a baby, and the pandemic hit, and she bought a new dentistry practice, like all in like the same like 12-month period. So I'm just like, oh boy. It's got to be stressful. So like, I don't want to like make their life harder, because they're also good dental professionals too. So I feel really bad about it. All right. Vincent Veneer says, don't be an anti-dentite. Yeah. You know what? Like I was just thinking about it today, because today I finally finished listening to, the Tommy Runs. You guys remember Tommy Runs? I had him on the podcast a little while ago, or on the live stream. And I met him out in Boston with ASICS. And he had interviewed Matt, I think, is it Matt Parker? Matt Parker, founder of Tracksmith. And, I didn't realize that the founder of Tracksmith is only like a year or 2 older than me.
And it makes me like, if I ever meet him, and hopefully I get to meet him this weekend. I don't know if that's gonna line up or not, but there's a possibility. But I kind of want to ask him if the Tracksmith catalog is inspired in any way, good or bad, like don't be like this or be like this, by the J. Peterman catalog. And I was just like, as I was thinking that, I'm like, I don't know if he's old enough to get that. Do people still watch Seinfeld anymore? Like, do younger people watch Seinfeld? But then like his like age became like apparent. By the way, he was talking about like his high school and like college running career, and I was like, oh, okay, so he's my age, so he knows Seinfeld. He probably does. So I don't know. I'll ask him if Jay Peterman ever inspires the Tracksmith catalog. I think this audience, you guys will get that reference. All right. Mika Kataya says, hello all, back from a 60-minute run. Went to run easy and had to run pretty speedy progression as it was raining so hard I had to push up the body temp. Ooh, that's always tough. But I'm glad you made it back safely. Whew. And Martha says, hi everyone, I just came in from speed walking from town where I met a friend. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. All right. Jameson Murphy wants to know, what was my favorite documentary while the city was in shutdown last year? I don't think I watched any documentaries. Did I? I'm really not sure. I just watched so few movies. I just don't watch. I don't know. I can't even think. Like I love like the Roll On podcast that Rich Roll does. Him and Adam Skolnick just sit down and chat for like 3 hours. But there's a portion in every episode where they talk about like the documentaries they've watched or the TV shows that they're watching. I just fast forward because I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about and I'm never going to watch these things. So I'm like, it's just useless to me. So I don't know. Sean Marshall says, hi, gives a wave emoji. I love it. All right. Let's see, Sean Marshall says, what's scarier, running out of tailwind or coffee? Running out of coffee is way scarier. Because I feel like, tailwind, you can get coffee anywhere, right? But like whenever I want coffee, I need it now. But I guess I would say the same thing about a sport drink. I don't know. But I feel like there's more, I guess it'd be a fairer fight if it was running out of coffee or running out of sport drink, generally. Because I could replace tailwind with other things, I guess. That's a tough one, though. But I think coffee is scarier. Pim K is coming in from Amsterdam. Welcome. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming. And let's see what else we got. Garrett says, just popping in to say hi to everyone. Heading off to a massage appointment right away, so I can't stay. Ooh, that's nice. We were talking about that yesterday. I've never had a sports massage. Frank says, isn't Tracksmith just the running spinoff of Rafa? I don't think so. I don't think that those two are related. I only became aware of Rafa like 2 days ago. I didn't know about that. And then I just now that I've noticed it, I see it everywhere. Chris Stapleton says, hi Mike, do you think the Puma Liberate is a good 5K park run shoe? I think it'd be a great park run shoe. I would love to use that one for like a road 5K. I guess it would depend on your park run. Some of them can be pretty like off-road, right? They're not all on tarmac, are they? So, yeah, I'm not sure. Pim K says next April is going to run the first marathon. Awesome. Well, good luck to you there. When does one start training for an April marathon? After the new year, right? Probably. So you're probably in just like base building phase right now, just getting in some nice easy runs. Cool. Well, good luck to you. Jeff Light says, I just listened to the Korean Vegan podcast with Rich Roll, and it was great. That was a really good one. Yeah, that one really resonated with me on a couple of levels. I think I mentioned it before, but I see her running along the lakefront from time to time. But I've never said hi. Sometimes we make eye contact. She never says hi to me. So I don't think she knows who I am. That's okay. But like given that, then if I like just start waving at her, then I'm just gonna be some like lunatic fan. And I feel like now she's like super famous. So like her getting recognized while running is probably not like high on her list of priorities. So I don't know. Hopefully I get to meet her someday. Jeffrey says you should say hi. I mean, usually we're going the other way, so I'll just be like, hey, Korean vegan. I guess I could just do that. Hey, Korean vegan. I'll do it that way. Jeffrey says her book is great, by the way. That reminds me, I got to go. I've been meaning to go to the bookstore. I was going to wait on buying that book. Well, first I was like, I should pre-order it. And then I was like, no, you know what? My mother-in-law is always looking for things to buy for people's Christmas list, so I'm going to put on my Christmas list. And so I was going to wait for that. And now I'm like, no, I think I should just go and buy a hard copy from a bookstore. So there's a bookstore that's like really close to the kids' school. And I keep meaning to go like right before I pick up the kids. And I always forget. I've been meaning to do it for like but like remember like what I was saying, like when I get busy and I get a little bit overloaded, I forget easy stuff like dentist appointments or like picking up a book I really want to read. I keep forgetting to do that. But today's going to be the day. I remember. Leona says, yes, I heard that Korean Vegan Rich Roll podcast too. It was great. Kofuzi, didn't you take a pic with Joanna at the Chicago Marathon? No, I didn't. I didn't see her at all. No, that would have been pretty cool to take a picture with her. Yeah, I didn't see her there. She was working with Hoka for the Chicago Marathon, which I thought was pretty cool. And I didn't know, but like, I mean, she's been running for a long time, and I don't know if all of her marathons, but her first marathon that she ran in a pair of Cliftons, I think. I think it was Cliftons. Might have been Bondi's. But I think it was Cliftons. So it's kind of cool that, you know, there's that kind of, it's not like, oh, hey, a brand's throwing money at you to like do stuff. You know, it's like, oh, there's authenticity there. So. Yeah, Martha says, is Muller a Korean name? It is not. No, that's her husband. I think she took her husband's name. But you know what's funny about that is that her brother, I don't know if you knew this, but her brother is a YouTuber. He's a tech YouTuber. He reviews like iPhones and stuff. Like I didn't put it together for a long time, and I follow both of them on Twitter. And so like I'm following, his name is Jaesun. Jae, I think Sun Lee. And I'm following Jaesun Lee on Twitter, and I follow him on YouTube too. And all of a sudden, he like tweets one day. It's like, I'm so proud of my sister. She's putting out the book. You can pre-order it. And I don't know if I saw it because he tweeted it or if she retweeted it or what. And I was like, oh, I learned two things today. One, there's going to be a Korean vegan cookbook, and I'm super excited about that. And number two, I didn't know that the Korean vegan had a brother who's on YouTube who I already happen to follow. It's like really, really weird. Javali says, who's her brother? I think it's Jaesun, Jaesun. I'll have to double check. Hopefully you're not getting it wrong. But I follow him on YouTube. But it's weird. It's just like, he's the younger brother too. So like the older daughter is named Joanne, and then the younger son has the Korean name. It's usually the other way around in a lot of Korean families. Like the older sibling would have the Korean name, and then the younger one would have the American name. But well, maybe Joanne is her American name, but maybe she also has a Korean name too, and I don't know. Maybe she just go by that. Always possible, but yeah. Mark Ramdra says, just watching your first Insta360R video, still flirting with the idea of trying to run with it too for similar videos, but afraid of dropping it. I mean, I would say that first I would recommend getting the 1X2. It's a much better camera to work with. I prefer it. I do think it's a little bit lighter. And they sell little like clear plastic domes that you could put on top of it as like little lens covers that just always stay on. And I'll tell you, I have fallen off my bike with it. Not fast. Like I don't know how to unclip that well from my bike. And one time I was like at 0 speed and I forgot that I was still clipped into the bike. And I tried to put my leg down, but it was still attached to the bike pedal. And I just slowly tipped over and like the lens fell flat right onto the concrete. It's scratched now, and I could see it. It's certainly damaged, but like the thing could take a beating. The first 1X, the version 1, it was like I had 3 different ones because that one wasn't waterproof. One, like, it was almost impossible to destroy, and I finally broke it. The second one broke in like a week because I got it wet, of course. And the third one I used until it still works, but I don't use it anymore because then I got the 1R, and then I got the 1X2. So, all right. And Mark also says, the Ritual Korean Vegan podcast episode was very eye-opening. It made me feel like I have a lot more to accomplish in life. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. Richard Wilson says, we all do the 0 kilometers per hour fall at least once. I've done it. I think I've only done it once. I think once. That was just the one time. There was a couple of guys that had just walked by the other way, and they had passed me, and then I fell, and they both stopped and turned around and were like, you all right? And I was like, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine, guys. You know how like you do the thing where you're like, I'm fine, don't look over here? I did that. I'm like, I'm fine, just don't know how to ride this bike. And Donovan Lazard says, the clip didn't fall over while stopping is a rite of passage in cycling. Congrats. Well, thank you. And Mark Ramdas with this $10 super chat. Thanks so much, Mark. Says, just giving me the super sticker. Thank you so much. I always appreciate that, guys. Thank you for your generosity. Plant Watering Citizen says, better that I scratched the lens than me. Well, that's true. I did have a helmet on, so like I don't think I hit my head. And I think I kind of just landed on my flank a little bit. So like on the meaty side, I guess. So I think I was okay. But yes, better to scratch the lens than to like hurt myself, which I wasn't hurt. Just bruised ego. That's it. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it early there today because I do have to go and make sure I get that cookbook today. It's like on my list of things to do. I got to make sure I do it today. Namely, my sister doesn't watch, but the main reason is because I want to give one to my sister, and I'm going to see her this weekend. And so before I go to New York, I want to make sure I have one in hand to give to her. Definitely waiting till last minute, but I'm thinking I'll probably sell it at the airport too if I don't get one today. But I got to go and do that. But let's talk about schedule for the next couple of days. So Thursday, I'm going to be flying during live stream time. Friday, I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be. So I don't think that we're going to have another live stream until Tuesday, maybe. If there's anything, it'll be on social media somewhere, like maybe an Instagram live or something like that. But I don't think I'll be doing videos. I think we'll have one. We may have one tomorrow, but we'll be doing videos certainly Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There'll be a ton of videos. There just won't be any live streams, I think, till Tuesday, because Monday I'm spending an extra day to spend more time with my family. So I'll be still in New Jersey during live stream time on Monday, or about to go to the airport. So right there. So there's that. So I won't see you guys live again until next Tuesday. It's going to be a while. It's going to be like the longest stretch of no live streams. So, I mean, there might be a surprise thing if I have time here or there. But I don't want to schedule stuff and then cancel it. So let's plan on Tuesday. All right. It's going to be a really fun time over the weekend, I hope. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Over the weekend at the shakeout or at the race. If you guys are racing, let me know your bib numbers. Either send them to me on Instagram or you can put them in the comments here. So that way I know who to cheer for if I see you. And if nothing else, I'll give you guys a shout out when I see you guys again on Tuesday. All right. In the meantime, be safe out there, everybody, and everyone racing in New York and in Indianapolis. Have a great race. All right, guys. Thanks.